We scroll through pictures, through shining lives that seem happier, better, more beautiful than ours. And slowly, without noticing, we start to feel small. We start to believe that what we have, who we are, is not enough. But the truth is, comparison is a thief of joy. It steals the light from our hearts and replaces it with emptiness. This story is for anyone who has ever felt less than someone else. It is a story about a crow, a small, ordinary bird who thought the secret to happiness was to become someone else. But through his journey, he learned something powerful, that true happiness begins not when we change who we are, but when we start to appreciate what we already have. So listen carefully, not with your ears, but with your heart, because this story might help you see your own life with new eyes. One bright morning, a crow sat alone on a tree branch near a peaceful village. Below him, he saw a beautiful swan gliding gracefully across a pond. Its feathers were pure white, shining under the sunlight like polished pearls. Villagers gathered around the pond to admire the swan, pointing and smiling with joy. But when the crow flew closer, they frowned and waved their hands to chase him away. Feeling unwanted, the crow flew to another tree, but again people ignored him. With a heavy heart, he sighed, "No one likes me. My feathers are black and dull. If only I were as beautiful as the swan, I would be happy too." Just then, an old crow landed nearby and noticed his sadness. "Why are you crying, young one?" he asked. The crow replied, "Everyone hates me because I'm black. I wish I could look like the swan. Everyone loves the swan." The old crow smiled gently and said, "There is a magical spring deep in the forest. If you bathe in it with a pure heart, you can change your appearance. But before you go, ask the swan if it's truly happy." The young crow nodded and flew back to the pond. He found the swan resting and said softly, "Dear swan, everyone admires your white feathers. You must be the happiest bird in the world." The swan looked down, her eyes full of sadness. "Thank you," she said quietly, "but I'm not happy. People love my feathers, but they also keep me as a pet. I cannot fly freely. When I grow old, they may use me for my meat. I live in fear every day." The crow was shocked. "Then who do you think is the happiest?" The swan replied, "Perhaps the parrot. Its feathers are colorful, and people don't harm it." So the crow thanked the swan and went in search of a parrot. He soon found one perched on a tree near a house. "Dear parrot," he said, "your feathers are so bright and beautiful. You must be the happiest bird." The parrot sighed. "I may look colorful, but because of my feathers, people lock me in cages. They love my voice, but I have no freedom to sing to the sky." The crow's heart grew heavier. "Then who is the happiest?" he asked. The parrot replied, "The peacock, of course. Everyone admires it. It must live the happiest life." So the crow flew to a zoo to find the peacock. There, surrounded by visitors and flashing cameras, stood the magnificent bird, spreading its dazzling feathers under the sunlight. The crow approached carefully and said, "Dear peacock, you are the most beautiful of all birds. You must be the happiest creature in the world." The peacock lowered his head and said sadly, "No, my friend. People admire my feathers, but they also take them again and again. It hurts when they pluck them, yet I cannot escape. I live in a cage while you fly free. I would trade all my beauty just to have your freedom." The crow was stunned. For the first time, he realized that what he had taken for granted, his freedom, was something others longed for. He thanked the peacock and flew back to the forest. The old crow was waiting for him. The young crow landed beside him and smiled softly. "You were right," he said. "I don't want to be anyone else anymore. I'm happy to be myself." The old crow nodded wisely. Remember this, young one. Everyone has their struggles. The swan, the parrot, the peacock, each carries a pain you cannot see. Stop comparing, and you will see how blessed you already are. And from that day on, the crow never wished for white feathers again. He sang proudly in his black wings, flying high above the trees, finally free, finally content, finally at peace with who he was. In life, we all carry silent battles. We look at others and see only their beauty, their success, their smiles, not the pain they hide. And in doing so, we forget how much light already exists within us. Comparison is a seed that grows into sadness, but gratitude turns what we have into enough. So stop asking, why am I not like them? Instead, ask, what makes my life already beautiful? You'll realize that happiness is not found in what others have. It's found in your ability to cherish your own blessings. You are unique. Your story, your colors, your path, no one can live them better than you. And when you start to see yourself with kindness, the world around you begins to shine brighter too. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who needs this reminder. And if you want to hear more stories that calm your mind and awaken your heart, please like this video, leave your reflections in the comments, and subscribe, where every story reminds you that true happiness begins the moment you stop comparing and start being thankful.